Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Conn'Cast podcast.
Do it again.
Fuck! Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Conn'Cast podcast. I am your host, Finn Tumber, as always, and today we are again joined with co-host Cam. Woo! Woo! I haven't done that in a while.
No, it felt right to do it again.
You didn't do it last episode. Why? What?
I don't know. I got to switch things up, you know.
Oh, fair enough. So yeah, we're joined with Cam, and today we are with our very special guest, Emily.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, I'm Emily. Hello. I have been friends with Finn and Cam for a good few years now.
Can I mention where that started as well? Like, I don't know.
Wetherspoons.
I think we just saw each other at Spoons.
Wetherspoons.
And like, I kind of saw you. I might have messaged you or you messaged me, and it was like, oh, Spoons next week. I'm like, sure.
No. I
Was
think
that, no. Was it
no,
not
it was something like that.
So you
it
just
was
messaged me like Spoons.
I must have been with Kaylee, or maybe I was with Hannah.
Oh, I was
and
like, Hannah?
we were in Spoons, and she knew you from school,
Ah, that's it.
and we just were like, we're friends now.
Fuck, it's so
and
mental.
I kind of knew you anyway because of
Yeah, I think you knew me through...
Jacob. Shout out again.
We don't talk about anyone, and we've just name dropped 5 people in the space of 10 seconds.
Am I allowed to do that? I don't
It's
know.
like Mama number 5 all over again. Tina, Rita.
It's a nice point, though, because I'd say...
Because of Jez as well.
And, yeah, Jez.
So I'm just...
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Jez.
The wider... Yeah, performing.
Oh, wow, of
And
course.
Borden, yeah.
Oh,
and
my
Borden,
God.
So we kind of knew each other. And then we just met in Spoons.
It's
and
crazy.
Just bonded. We just clicked.
crazy.
Finn and I just clicked in
We
Wetherspoons.
did. We just do, like, that's the way,
The
yeah.
Golden Hope in Sitting
The
Bull. Do you know what I mean? It's just a place where friendships are formed. But that was genuinely... I was
there
deep in
last
this
night.
the other day. Like 6 years ago? No.
Wait,
Yes.
6 years?
No.
What? Wait, what?
It was COVID times, wasn't it? 5 years.
5
4
years?
years?
4 years. About
That's
4
still
years.
quite a long time.
That's crazy.
Like when I think about it, you guys are like probably some of my longest friends.
Oh my
That's
God.
really sad, actually. 4 years, longest friends.
It actually is. It would be about that sort of time. Oh my God. And like...
4 years, I know.
And we were also saying about how, like, literally you haven't seen you for, like, a couple of
I know.
years.
But then when we are back together,
Oh, it's just like... bang.
it's just back to normal. Like we
100%,
hardly
100%.
speak to each other.
No.
I hardly speak to these guys. Do you know what I mean?
Literally.
Like I do and I don't. We kind of had like an ongoing conversation,
Yeah,
don't we?
every
When
now
you
and
couldn't
again.
be bothered to reply
And
to
then I
me.
forget to reply.
No.
Oh, it's actually quite nice to hear.
Finn, you are so bad at your messages. So
I
like...
was just about to say, I'm getting better. And I'm probably...
If you go through our conversations, I'm pretty sure if you just scroll, it'll just be me being like, Finn, hey Finn, hello,
If you
you
are-
alive? Like, do you know what I mean?
I managed to get you here, so fuck yeah, that's good. I've sworn already. Oh my God. Anyway, literally, I'm the one telling Emily that we can't swear.
Yeah.
Like, oh God.
Finn's Tourette's are kicking in, everyone.
Makes some sense.
Anyway, that's the introduction to how we know each other.
Yes.
So this is a mental health podcast.
Yeah.
What's in your mind, Emily? Where do you want to start? I mean, anything. You could start from like anything, because some actually. Someone, I guess, the other week said about how like they didn't have many mental health issues until like very recently. Like it was a bit of like a skeptic of it. So like I don't know your story, Emily, really. So let's get deep.
So, because we obviously met during COVID times, this is very fitting. But I was actually thinking about this morning. I don't think I actually struggled with mental health before the pandemic. Like, I deep this
I've heard that.
every day.
Yeah.
Not every day. That's a bit
I'm
dramatic.
quite
But like,
similar.
A few people
a
say
lot.
that. Yeah.
I'm quite similar.
I don't
Yeah.
think I actually suffered with mental health before COVID. I think it was a big factor. Obviously, other factors as well. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, like, obviously, everyone of our age sitting inside,
Oh, it
cooped
was
up
crazy
during like your prime
Yeah.
years is gonna have
Yeah.
like a detrimental effect on
100%.
your head.
And like I think it makes everyone a bit more anxious as well. I've felt a lot more anxious.
Anxiety
since-
is a big thing for me.
Yeah, hugely.
A big thing for me.
Anything. In what way? Like, would you? Sorry, just to get like examples.
So-
Yeah.
Like most of it comes with I get very physical symptoms. I get like sweaty, get like belly aches, headaches. I
Yeah.
feel like so overtired.
Yeah.
I've had so many days where I'm like, I feel so drained, but I got like 10 hours sleep last night. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
A lot of it as well comes from I'm very much a people pleaser. I'm very much a massive overthinker.
Oh god, yeah.
And yeah, it's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope.
That's how I feel.
And growing up as well, I did a lot of competitive sports.
Wait,
and
did
also,
you?
Babe, yeah. Yeah, like netball, hockey.
What?
Like, yeah.
And
Gymnastics, and I am also a professional dancer.
Oh yeah,
So,
just to add,
just
that's the
flex
big.
that in there.
incredibly
went to drama
competitive.
school. Went to drama school 3 years, got my
as well?
degree in musical theatre, which I just want to clear up. Like drama school, everyone's like, what's drama school? What's the difference between drama school and university? And there is a big difference. Like, not slamming anyone who goes to university and does drama, but if you go to a university like uni then it is very much written. Whereas where I went was kind of a private institution, school, like whatever you'd call it, that you have to audition for.
Yeah.
Not really. Like I had to do a dissertation, but 95% of my course was practical. Like,
Okay, yeah.
and you're staring in a mirror at yourself all day. And the biggest thing about our industry is comparison. Like it is essentially who's the best.
It's
cutthroat. So then I've been doing that since I started dancing when I was like 3. So
Wow.
plus on top of sports. So obviously that comes with a lot of, if I don't come first and if I'm not the best, then like
I'm not good enough.
I'm the worst. I'm not good enough.
I'm not good enough. And
Yeah.
that brings in the anxiety and all those sorts of feelings. Oh my.
Very much had that. And like even to this day, like I'm very, very hard on myself.
Yeah, but
Very hard on myself.
it's because of what you had to go through when you were younger and all through industry. Clearly, like
Yeah.
I think Cam feels the same.
It
in a
do
lot
be
of
rough
ways.
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It do be rough out there.
we love it, but it is a very self-conscious industry, isn't it?
For sure.
Yeah.
And you're always thinking like I don't look like this, I don't look like that, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not skinny enough, like I don't have enough muscle, like, you know, because it's the same with boys as well. Like I had a lot of friends at drama school who didn't feel like they didn't look like manly enough because they didn't have like abs.
Oh
like,
yeah.
what? Like it's ridiculous.
It's
Do you know what I
crazy.
mean?
It's
and
crazy.
fingers crossed it's changing a bit now, but
No, I think so. I hope it's anyway.
when you're standing in a leotard and tights at 9 a.m. on a Monday morning doing a ballet class, you are
That's
like
exposing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Yeah. So you said your mental health wasn't like affected. You said before COVID, which I'm surprised with though, because of like the industry you're in, or like.
I think I was in my first year of drama school when COVID hit.
Yes.
So I think that's when it maybe became real. At school, when I was kind of just performing as, I say hobby, it was never a hobby for me. I always knew I wanted to do it, but in the sense that I wasn't studying it every day. It was just I had school, and then on like a Saturday, on Saturday I had rehearsals. It kind of didn't. The reality of it didn't hit. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Kind of. I get what you mean. Like you kind of got this image in your head of what it's going to be like. Is that kind of
but
it?
because I wasn't at drama school yet, I was kind of just doing it outside of school. And,
Yeah. And then as soon as you do it, like
And you know, school was school.
Yeah.
You turn up, you're there, and then you go home.
It was so easy.
I didn't really have anything to worry about.
Yeah.
Necessarily. And then obviously when you get to drama school and it's like you're being compared to all these people and you start feeling like, oh, you're not good enough. Well, I've been training for this since I've been 3. I don't know anything else. I don't know any different. This is what I want to do as a career. And there's a potential that you feel like you're not good enough. Like it's harsh.
Yeah. Was it kind of what you expected at all before you went into? Because at school they might make it out to look like something and.
What, like drama school?
Yeah, even drama school, not even just like the work after. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I think I estimated how physical it was going to be and how tough it was going to be physically, but I 100% underestimated how tough it was mentally.
Oh really?
I did not think.
Oh wow.
Because I didn't. What I can remember anyway, I didn't experience anxiety before COVID/drama school.
Yeah.
Oh
my god.
Not from what I can remember anyway.
Yeah. I thought it'd be more physical, like than anything, like especially as a dancer.
God, it was.
Like,
it was.
See,
but
the stories I've seen in your Snapchat, like, I'm exhausted.
Bruises all over my legs.
The bruise like an apple. I'm
yeah,
like, oh.
literally,
Sorry.
like in pieces, mate. Yeah,
I'm gonna say it
bits.
anyway, but you cracked me up when like yesterday I said like about me and Cam at Spoons, and it was 8 p.m. Like,
I'm in bed.
I'm in
mate.
bed.
Yeah, I had rehearsals from 8:30 a.m. yesterday until 5:30.
It cracked me up so much.
Like, I was like, I'm in bed. I'm in bed.
Me and Cam weren't even out yet. I'm like, God, we're adulting. Like 3 or 4 years ago, you'd have been
feral. Tuesday evening. Do you know what I mean?
Feral.
Tuesday evening, Spoons. But like, that was such a mad time.
It's crazy. Sorry for the massive tangent on that, but yeah, it's a crazy tangent. But yeah, just because like a big thing as well is like talking to you normally. I wouldn't know. I don't know anything about your industry at all. Even yours, Cam. I mean, I don't know what it's like. How scary it is, like I don't know. I just kind of feel like I don't know what you went through, sort of thing. So it's a lot different to. I mean, not even drama school, but like when you're actually working as well. Is that hard as well in your mental health?
Been a lot better since I loved drama school. Like I don't want it to sound like I'm slamming it. Like I'd go back in a heartbeat. I miss it so much. I loved it. But since graduating, obviously there comes a whole other layer, which is, am I going to even get performing work? Because it's so hard.
Oh God, yeah, and there's also like, am I good enough as well? Because like, am I going to get that work?
You never know if it's going to be your last time.
Yeah. Oh my.
Literally last week, I had that am I good enough feeling. I was working on something last week, and I just had a moment where I was like, oh, am I? Oh, I just had like a real panic. And now this week, completely different. I'm fine.
Exactly. No, yeah.
So different.
Chops changes.
Yeah, like I'm on a contract now until, I don't even know, it's Panto, so like December time. Yeah. And then in the new year, it's like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing with my life?
You've done some really cool stuff this year, though. Like honestly, I'm well impressed of it. Like the fact you just Fort Park. Like, I'm allowed to say that. I'm allowed to say, I'm allowed to say it. Yeah. Can't say about some of Cam's things, but obviously you've done it and stuff. And like, it's just so cool. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, like it. Yeah.
What's Fort Park like actually? I want to know. Like, what is it like being one of the actors there? Like,
so fun. Well, as a dancer. Well, technically, I was an actor.
Sorry,
as well, because everyone is.
But you said with that
so much fun. Like I just finished Fright Nights, and I was a dancer at Fright Nights, and it was just so much fun. Like the best month I've had in like ever. It was
amazing.
Great. Like again, very physically taxing. We were doing our show 5 times a day.
Yeah.
From the times of 3 till 8:30. Yeah, 5 times. Like, and I had friends coming to watch who are professional dancers as well. Has been to drama school, and they literally said to me after, like, "How do you do that? That looks so intense." I'm like, mate, like at the start it was it was a lot, like very overwhelming. But now, like, by the end of it, I could do it in my sleep.
Oh God, honestly,
it's so much fun, and like my cast were incredible. Like met some of my closest friends on that contract, and
really? You've actually met some like really good friends?
Like people who I'm going to be friends with for a
unreal.
time now, I feel.
That's so.
Yeah.
I always think to myself when I look at people doing these sort of things, is it the same like dance choreography sort of thing? Like, is it the same show you do like all day, every day?
Yeah. So the one that we did is we had one show that we just did throughout.
I don't know. Like, it's really cool to see it and stuff. But like, if I was doing that every day,
you get bored of it.
I would. I feel like I would.
That is a thing. Like, obviously, you've got to think about the people in the West End doing the same show every night for a year.
Exactly. That's crazy. Like, that blows my mind.
You've just got to find
what you enjoy.
Bits in, and like you've got to find moments in the show that you can kind of mess around. Not piss about. Mess around.
You just said it. you thought about it and did it.
Repeated it.
Shame on you. No, I'm joking. I really swore anyway.
No, you've got to find moments in it that you can mess around in, and we definitely did. Like, we've got, you know that TikTok trend that's like, wait. My friend literally in the middle of the routine just went and like assumed the position, and like we obviously got Not all looked after.
Tap on the wrist.
Not told off.
Another
after.
one.
Sorry.
Joking, get on.
Sorry.
I'm kidding.
Not told off after. But it's
Joking.
like, okay, like it's funny, but like do your choreography properly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But like you've just got to find, and we would set each other challenges. Like I think one show we played bogeys during the show.
Wow.
Yeah, like during it we'd be like bogeys, like whoever could say it louder.
What? And no one even questioned it.
Well, it was questioned, but no, do you know what I mean though? Like we would just find
just
like
doing funny little things that are not going to get you in trouble. And it's not awful, but it's just funny things
and
to
like
do.
it, you know, there was some lifts in the routine that would sometimes go a bit wrong, and as long as no one was hurt, then you would just laugh. Like you just laugh about it.
Oh
like,
yeah.
There's a lift where one of my best friends, he had to go over my back. Like I kind of was like, I don't know how to explain it. It sounds really weird, but like I was kind of like in tabletop with my back, if that makes sense. And he had to like teddy bear roll over my back. Like it sounds really weird.
Yeah.
But like I just didn't.
Oh, cool.
I just didn't like brace myself because he's like 6 foot tall. Do you know what I mean? Like he's bigger than me.
Yeah.
Shout out Luke. Love you, babe. He had to go in my back, and I just obviously didn't brace myself.
Yeah.
And I just buckled to the floor. And like we were just creasing. Like we were laughing.
I'm in tears.
You know? Like as long as no one's hurt, then it's just, you know, you can't
exactly
take it too serious.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
it was great fun. I loved it.
I think you really brushed on after drama school going into work. But like, and you also said about how you kind of felt like, am I good enough? Did you have a period between leaving and getting work where you're like, oh God, am I going to actually make this a living? Like, it's fine if you didn't.
Yes.
Okay.
There's, even in third year, before I'd even graduated, I was like, I'm going to graduate. Am I even going to get anything?
You need to start like looking for work almost.
Yeah. Like, it essentially starts straight away. And yeah, I graduated last summer. So summer 2023.
Yeah.
And then I I'm trying to remember my CV.
Rhodes you went to, didn't you?
Oh yes,
that was so cool.
I went
Sorry,
to
I'm just jumping ahead.
summer.
I'm just getting excited about
Did
that.
I not tell you about that though?
I did, which is why I said it.
No, but like I came home early from it. I was meant to be there for 3 months, but I came home after a month.
I did wonder because I didn't speak to you about this, but I did notice.
I didn't know you were meant to be there for 3 months. I just assumed it was over.
Yeah.
To jump into that now, or
well, can I talk about it on here? I don't.
You can, and then maybe if
in a very discreet way. Okay.
And then obviously if we don't like it, it's always pre-recorded.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's all good. The job when I got there wasn't what they offered in the contract and what they promised in the contract.
Right.
So I was just like, this isn't for me. I'm missing out on opportunities back home.
Yeah.
Had a nice month in the sun.
100%.
See you later.
That's
what I mean?
That was the sort of.
That's essentially what happened.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I still got to perform a couple of times when I was out there, which was nice. I got paid for it, so.
No, yeah. No, you're okay to say stuff. You're not saying the company and stuff.
I don't want to get the Conn'Cast sued.
Yeah, right? We're getting sued. We're getting defamation.
I think that's a big thing as well, especially in this industry. Like you have kind of got to look out for yourself, and if something,
no one else is looking out for you.
And you say about being like a yes man to yourself and stuff. Sometimes you just be hard nosed and just go like, right, this isn't for me.
Yeah,
I'm proud of you for doing that. That's good. Honestly, I am.
It's a big decision.
It was rough.
Yeah.
It was rough, but
crikey, mate.
All life experience.
100%.
Yeah, had a few dance jobs here and there.
Yeah. So going back to that period where like you're worried about finding work. So did he get a job quite soon after you left, or?
So obviously I just took up teaching like to kids, like dance, things like that, and then I did. What did I do? I did Fright Nights last year again, which was really fun.
Last year as well?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Did last year.
Oh, what a great friend
Finn
I
doesn't
am.
know anything about that.
I literally don't. This is awful.
Finn doesn't know anything about
literally, you're bigging me up saying, oh, you know, me and Cam are your longest friends. And here I am like, what? Who are you?
It's been a while though, to be fair.
We had
been a while.
Thank you, Cameron.
Thank you. And Finn doesn't reply to my messages.
Yes.
So of course he has no idea what's going on in my life. Do you know what I mean?
What, really? You're a dancer?
It was quite a long period.
Yeah.
It was quite a long period.
You were still...
And it's tough. Like.
Yeah. Were you still in London then as well?
Yes.
Well,
so I graduated and I stayed in London.
You did, nice.
And I moved back from London at the start of September. Just mainly auditioning, like, for different cruises and stuff. But the hardest thing about it is you could be the most talented person in the room, but you could still not get the job because you're not, in my case, a 5'10", really skinny blonde girl. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I...
And, like, if I walk in and I'm, like, the best in the room...
You could be...
Well, not the case, obviously, ever, because everyone's different, whatever, but they were looking for a blonde girl. I wouldn't get the job.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Things
mean?
you just literally can't control. I know we mentioned it before on many podcasts, but body dysmorphia. Is that ever something...
gosh.
Yeah. I feel like I want to get your perspective on it. Because, like,
yeah.
there's things you can't control with, like...
Yeah.
Like you just said, 5'10", blonde, whatever. So yeah, what's your kind of your stance on it in the industry?
Oh my gosh.
Shall we?
This is deep.
This is another episode.
Like, as a dancer who isn't the traditional aesthetic of what a dancer has previously been, you know, when you think of a dancer, you think of tall, like really skinny, like, you know,
long
they
legs.
say about long legs.
Like,
skinny,
I'm not, you know,
yeah,
I'm not like, I'm not saying that I'm fat, whatever. I'm not, none of that.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm not that traditional product that you think of when you think of a dancer. I'm just not, and I try to make peace with that, and sometimes I feel differently, blah blah blah, and the industry is moving forward in the sense that is accepting other, like, body types, etc., but it's still very much an issue. And as I say, a Monday morning at 9 a.m. when you're in a leotard and tights and you, like, have boobs. Sorry, guys. You have boobs, and then you're next to someone who is, like, is really tiny and has, like, no boobs and has that, and then you're next to someone who's slightly different. Like, it does, like, mess with your head.
It's
it
unattainable
really
things. It's unattainable, your body image.
Yeah.
You always dream of, like you said, that 5'10", blonde, skinny, whatever, blue eyes. But it's unattainable things that even someone that might look like that would still think, oh, I'm so far from them.
Exactly.
Like, it's just unattainable.
Yeah.
And, like, it's just, I guess you just have to kind of, like, accept where you are. But I guess that's always easy, though.
Yeah.
Is it? So
it's hard. I have struggled with, like,
throughout.
body image, like, for years, and
Yeah.
I've, like, fluctuated in weight a lot. Like, when I was at school, I was, like, a chubby kid.
Right.
So,
right. Yeah.
Like, you know, even now, like, I'm at, like, the fittest I have been ever in my life.
Yeah. No.
And even I find myself thinking, like, oh, it's not good enough, I want more. But then, like, you've just got to stop and think, hold on, like, I just did a contract where for a month, every day I was dancing for, like, five shows in a row, and my body got me through that.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Like, you got to be extremely fit to do what you do.
Dancers are, like, literally athletes.
Yeah,
like,
no.
Genuinely, like,
that's true. Like, you gotta be able to get through
ballet, working like every single muscle you can name. Like, it's tough.
It's intense, and it's not appreciated enough.
No,
I agree, 100%.
Yeah, I think one thing to touch on as well is, like, when you kind of stepped aside and said, "Wait, hang on, I've just done this, and that's actually really good." You got to think, like, 5 years down the line, I feel like people always have a tendency to look back and go, like, I actually really liked how I looked then. But in the moment, you don't think it. So that's really good that you stepped to the side and went, oh, hang on. Like, because I think it's just appreciating yourself, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
And it's like you just said, it's very nice that you can look at yourself now and go, like, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Instead of looking at yourself 5 years ago, like, oh, I wish I was like them, or, like, you know, you compare yourself.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah, the big thing in this industry is you've got to fight your own corner, because no one's going to fight it for you.
Yes.
No one else is going to fight it for you. Obviously, you've got your friends, but they're going through the same thing if they're a performer as well, which most of my friends are, just because that's where I've met my friends. Like, I think, Finn, you are literally one of my only two friends who aren't performers, genuinely.
Wow.
You and Kaylee. And I find it so refreshing hanging out with you.
Yeah.
Because it's just...
Because we're completely different walks of life anyway.
And do you find that, Cam? Like, when you're with people who aren't performers. I just find it so refreshing.
Is it actually? I always thought we almost kind of annoy you guys because we don't get it.
We didn't want to say anything, but
yeah, no, you actually annoy us.
That was perfect.
But even when I'm with my friends who are performers, I'm like, right, let's allow 5 minutes of time to talk about the industry and to talk about what we're doing. Then let's just talk about other stuff.
Wow.
I don't know if you're the same, but I think it does actually kind of help you appreciate what you do. Because we had a conversation off camera earlier when we were saying, like, there are days, well, we have bad days on a job, and then we're like, oh God, this is really long, like I'm really tired, or, you know, oh, I'm not enjoying this. And then you kind of stop yourself and go, hang on, I'm actually doing what I want to do. I'm doing a really cool thing.
Yeah.
Let's appreciate it. But I think the like non-performers who aren't in that world, they do kind of like bring you back to that appreciation, I think, would you say?
For sure.
Because they're like, oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah,
like,
so cool what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like, Finn, you're a little hype man.
No, genuinely, like when we're not a performer,
You're
like, oh my God,
man.
it's like you're talking about like jobs you got this week. I'm like, Cameron, that's so cool, and you're like,
yeah,
like,
it's all right.
It's all right, but like,
Yeah,
you talking
like,
performers like that. Yeah, I've got to say, like, it's interesting listening to you two with your mental health, especially because you mentioned it in your first episode, because like there's a lot of things that you go through that I wouldn't as a non-performer. Like I don't deal with body dysmorphia as much, and it's interesting to hear about like how you comparing yourself constantly to other people and like
constantly.
it's crazy.
Constantly.
That's not from like a nasty place.
No.
But it's more just for yourself.
Every performer, genuinely, I think every performer, compares himself, because that's just what our industry is.
Yeah. I think you kind of need, instead of the word comparing, I guess you kind of need to like use the word inspiration in a way. Like you kind of need to look at other people and not compare them to yourself, but don't become them. But you can look and see what does well, and you know what you can do to improve yourself, because you can always, like, you can constantly improve. But
for sure.
Oh, 100%.
Sure.
Yeah. Again, I'm talking mental health constantly. Sorry, but outside of working, obviously you're at uni, you're in London and stuff. What are things outside the industry like for you? That could be a really deep one again.
So
go as far as you want.
Deep. So I think I suffer a lot with anxiety.
I
get really bad anxiety to it passes from being a performer into normal life as well. Like even to the point where it's like, oh, I'm not a good enough friend, so they're just gonna drop me like the drop of the hat, and like
of that.
you know, with like breakups.
We
knew it was coming.
Off camera as well.
Off camera as well. Yeah, I just ran into them about my life. No, I'm not gonna. Am I gonna get into that?
You can. Just
I'll
please
keep
don't
it brief.
Yeah, don't make people hate me. Please.
No.
That's fine. No, you can.
Things have happened that have made me the person I am today. I don't know why I was like.
It's getting deep.
I hate men. No, I'm joking.
That's not getting cut.
Yeah, I was about to say he's cutting that. I'm joking. I don't at all.
Yeah.
Things have happened that have made me the person I am.
Exactly that.
For better or for worse, I think it's for the better, because it's taught you things, and you know it's all growth. But for sure, like, relationships have had a massive toll on my mental health, and again, not feeling good enough, and just feeling like you're disposable, and like you can be dropped
at an instant.
And it's like, well, did I ever mean anything to you? And, you know, that obviously plays with your overthinking, and like I have like a massive fear of abandonment from my friends, from
interesting
relationships, and it's obviously from everything curated together. But obviously when I get into a spiral of overthinking and of anxiety, it kind of self-sabotages in a way.
I get that completely. It's it's a very bad sort of spiral to go down, really.
It's very bad.
It's like I get that as well, because like I feel like I'm not as emotional like that, but I do understand that like sometimes you kind of like I don't know. It's not like validation. I know, like, but it kind of is in a way that you kind of like other people. Like, if they don't like me, I'm not good enough, sort of thing. And
that validation stems from the industry.
Yeah, it's
you get your worth from other people deciding that you're good enough for them.
Yeah.
Approval.
So then it's
I hope
essentially approval.
Yeah, I hope you never thought that about me and Cam for not messaging. They must hate me because I haven't
They hate
messaged.
you and I'm not good enough for them.
She begged to come on. I eventually let her on. Yeah.
Oh my god! I actually said to you last night, like, Finn was like, "Oh, it's so nice of you for offering to come on." I literally replied, being like, "Sounds like you wouldn't ask me, mate. Sounds like that makes it sound like you would never ask me." And it was just me being like, "I'm coming on your podcast."
No comment. Oh no, I'm joking. No, it is good. It is good too. But yeah, like I say, mental health kind of comes in ebbs and flows. You know, it kind of comes around. But
sorry.
No, please, you say something first.
I was just a question for you. Like when you're in these moments of anxiety and all these sort of thoughts, is there anything specifically that you do to try and sort of help yourself or get yourself through that period?
Journaling helps a lot for me. Just scribbling out my thoughts, because a really helpful method for me is just ranting to a friend. And I'm really lucky to have a couple of close friends who are just so good with advice and will hear me out. And, you know, sometimes you just want to like and rant, get it all out. Obviously, not all of the time.
Yeah.
There's someone there.
100%.
So yeah, 100%. Journaling, scribbling out all of my thoughts, no matter how crazy they sound, and then sometimes reading it back and being like, oh, okay, like that's actually like ludicrous, like that's your anxiety telling you that.
Yeah, straight
that's
away
not real.
You get that clarity straight away and you're like, that's crazy, like why am I thinking that?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And questioning. Why do you think that then? Like, oh, because it's happened before, but just because it's happened with that person doesn't mean it's going to happen with this person, blah, blah, blah.
Therapy, like, in a sense, it's literally just doing therapy.
I need therapy. If anyone can pay for my therapy, then
Charlie's doing
DM me.
I'll tag Emily. You can
at Emily Crompton _ Thank
you. I know you love music as well.
Yes.
Like, I see constantly in stories as well. I'm guessing that's a big one as well.
Music is a big one. Like,
Matty.
just walking my dog. You are?
So is it Matt? Who's that? Yeah, Matty. What's his surname? That's it. I've got his surname.
Matty Healy.
Oh, I thought you said Matty B then. Matty B Raps.
But
Matty Healy.
I just see 975 constantly, and we will get onto the playlist. Oh, it is a 975 song.
Yeah.
Of course. We'll get onto that later.
Yes.
But would you say that's quite a good sort of outlet
for sure.
For you as well? Yeah.
Walking my dog, putting my AirPods in, and just playing music. It's just like, it's so simple, but it really is so effective. Yeah. Or not even music, like a podcast, 99.9% of the time. 99.9% of the time it is music. And listening to my favourite artists who, you know, not to sound like a fangirl, but I love the 1975. And I love Matty Healy. I know he's problematic, but hear me out, okay? I don't just love him because he's like an attractive man. I know that's up for debate. Don't come for me. I think he is. But genuinely, their music, if you listen to the lyrics, he is a not recovering, because he is recovered. He was addicted to heroin, so a lot of the music that he wrote a few years ago was whilst he was addicted to heroin, and then some music he wrote was that when he was recovering and in rehab. So it's deep, meaningful stuff. It's not just like, I love the 1975 because like it's meaningful stuff. Yeah, and meaningful. Some of their songs, like they've got a song called "I Always Want to Die Sometimes."
Okay.
And it's just beautiful. A beautiful song.
Is he just being like really vulnerable with with a whole band, obviously?
And live, it's just it's just out this world.
How many times have you seen them?
Not that many, you know.
Okay. She's a fangirl.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times. But they toured this year. I went the day before my birthday. I then went a week later with my other friend, and then I went a few days later again.
Wow.
Not a fangirl at all.
Like,
she hates them.
But when I tell you, like,
Matty,
it's just like their music and their lyrics
and Matty
just, and Matty.
And Matty.
No, Finn, I'm trying to be serious and deep.
Be serious.
Stop
like,
it.
It's the music. It's the music.
Yeah.
And the lyrics and
Music is such a powerful thing. I was going to say, with your journaling, actually, have you ever thought of like turning some of that into lyrics at all or anything?
I haven't actually. I haven't.
It's quite being somebody who's done that themselves. Like, I've found it really nice, like putting stuff into it. Yeah, same as what like he does with his music. Is it's putting it into a creative outlet, and it kind of makes something positive. Like you described that song as beautiful as well. Turning something like dark or bad into something beautiful like that is like, it's such a cool thing as well. But yeah, I didn't know if you'd ever like considered doing that.
No, I haven't actually.
It's a nice thought.
It's very vulnerable, that as well, isn't it? I suppose obviously it depends if you want other people to hear it, but no, I haven't thought about that actually. But sometimes I'll give that a go. That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, it's. I don't think it's a bad thought really. Like, and sometimes it can, if it was something, you know, quite negative that you wrote down, like it might actually help you in a way of, if you turn it into lyrics and sing it and it turns into something really nice, it's suddenly not
bad, like
so bad. It's
anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't make it a nice thought, but it's, you know.
Well, yeah, I suppose a lot of songs, that's all it is, isn't it? Just thoughts written down.
It is literally.
Oh, it is. Yeah,
especially
it
Matty's.
Matty.
Another mention.
Yeah,
it's getting serious, but
no, but genuinely though, genuinely, like their music has helped me a lot, and they have a lot of deep stuff in there that's very topical and.
I was gonna say as well. Then, other than those stuff as well, is there any like? I think Cam really mentioned obviously about mental health and how you've helped, but like, was there anything else that's kind of helped you with your mental health? Whether it's not journaling, it's fine if you don't. Like, like it's
friends. Like, I get my energy from being with people and just being out with my friends.
You're a massive extrovert.
Yeah,
sure.
I am. I love my alone time, but like 80% of the time, I want to be with people.
I just want to be with people, like
Yeah, like I love it. I love being with friends. It just it platonic relationships. Can never be underestimated. And when I'm with my friends, when I'm out not out necessarily, just with friends doing plans.
Yeah,
I feel at my happiest.
Yeah, and like when you are as well, do you ever like talk about your mental health, or is it more just like just have a laugh with them? Like,
I think so. This might be going into like another web of things.
No,
I'm really interested to get your opinion on it.
Please.
Being a female, I talk a lot with my other female friends about mental health, and I was speaking with one of my friends who is female, and we were saying that we feel like girls do that and it's fine. We talk a lot about our mental health and our thoughts and our feelings and our emotions. But I know a lot of boys who, obviously you guys are an exception, hence like why we're here on this podcast. But I feel like a lot of boys just don't talk about that with their other male friends. And it's kind of, they turn up, they talk about the footy, and then it's like I've seen on TikTok like people like taking the mick out of when their boyfriend's like, oh, did you hear so and so broke up? Oh no, why? Oh, I don't know, I didn't ask. Like, but why wouldn't you ask that if your friend has just told you? Do you know what I mean?
I know the exact TikTok.
And it's like boys just don't think about that.
They've got a new house,
and they don't.
I've seen the TikTok.
But like they don't talk about like.
No, we don't. Yeah.
Their feelings.
It's funny because I feel like we kind of deal with it in a different way. Obviously, me and Cam are an exception, so I'm talking about other men.
But you guys are exceptions to like the male.
Yeah, we are.
Like, you guys are just like the best boys ever.
Thank you.
Literally.
Like a good boy, like a little dog. The bestest boys ever. But no, in terms of that, obviously I can't speak about other men, but I agree so much with you on that. And I feel like it's because me and Cam can talk, and actually most of our conversations we've had, it's probably just us who sat in my car. Like the actual deep ones.
Yeah.
We just chat about load of crap.
But I don't know any other boys who would do that.
No. Like you don't. And I feel like it's I don't know whether it's from like the culture of men. Men have a
there is
masculinity.
A stigma. That's
there is a
huge
stigma.
thing.
It's got to be.
It's got to be that. And like, I was talking to, obviously, going back to other episodes, but Connor Rogers, he mentioned about how we used to go to the beach and we used to do like beach fires and stuff. And he said him and his friends wouldn't talk about their feelings, but just having company just kind of solved it. You just being with them and just having fun just kind of solves it. And I hope it does. I can't speak about other men, but I don't know if it does really. What do you reckon, Cam? Like,
I think sometimes to feel better, you don't always have to talk about it. If you've gone to like do something nice that you enjoy, sometimes that can be enough. But I do think as well, if you just don't ever say it does build up.
It does build up
quite a lot.
You need to feel it.
People do. I think we would definitely try and encourage more people to talk up about it. And I think I said in the last episode that you'd be surprised if somebody who you think is quite reserved and doesn't talk about their feelings that much, if you did actually sit down with them and just kind of try and have a conversation,
it would all come out.
Sometimes people do open up. It might take them a while, but
if anything, it's usually the ones that are quiet that are actually more likely to open up to you anyway.
And then we'll thank you for actually asking.
They need the prompt, and then all of a sudden that's like verbal diarrhea. Like, it's true. No, it's a really good point to say. And like in the other episode of Gabe, he got the other end that actually he had really close friends that that really helped him. And I was quite surprised to hear that, because I feel like us men, we don't talk about our feelings as much. So no, I completely agree, Emily.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like females just talk more. I don't know.
Especially me. I yap.
Especially you.
I'm top class yapper. But it is though. It's normally one of the first things when I meet someone, like say I'm meeting up with a friend, and they're like, "How are you?" The first thing that I would say if I am feeling like that day, "Oh yeah, I'm feeling a bit anxious today."
You would say, "Oh, that's really interesting, actually."
I would,
because I feel like most people, if they asked, "Oh, Cam, how are you doing today?"
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Yeah.
But actually,
obviously, it depends who it is.
It does.
If it's like my Uber driver,
but you would actually just say it. That's interesting. That's good.
If it was a close friend who I felt like I could genuinely confide in, like I did it at work the other day. Came in, "Oh, like you're right. How are you?" Yeah, I'm all right. Just I feel a bit anxious today. I don't know why.
That's good that you say that. I think we should encourage people to do that more. That's a really good thing you do, because I feel like some people don't want to be a burden to other people, so they just go, "Oh, I'm fine." But it's important that you be
I
honest.
agree. It is.
That's so good, Emily, because we should definitely be doing. I don't do that enough, and it's kind of like I said in another episode about like just asking twice sometimes.
Yeah, like, are you actually okay?
Though?
Yeah,
actually.
I'm not just saying it as like a passing. You're right.
Yeah.
Like genuinely, are you okay? Yeah.
How are you dealing with mental health since? I know you said that you're quite anxious in general, overthinking. And I know we spoke about coping mechanisms and stuff, but is it like, how do you deal with it in everyday life? I mean, how do you kind of get rid of anxiety, would you say? Well, not get rid of it.
If anyone knows the answer to this, then like again, hit me up. Give
me a therapist.
Work it out.
And that's fine if you still are, but that's completely fine.
So, what, in like a everyday kind of setting?
Yeah.
Honestly, I would try and, not necessarily sure if this is the healthiest thing to say, but distract myself.
No.
Not necessarily distract to try and mask how I'm feeling, but throw myself into something, whether that's like going to the gym or like going
that's good.
On a walk and listening to music or meeting up with a friend. Like, I don't really have many days at the moment where I'm just thankfully sat at home doing nothing, because I'm not the kind of person that likes doing that. So it is easy to be distracted at the moment and just waking up, kind of checking in with myself. Okay, like I'm feeling a bit anxious today. Like I'm just going to take it easy and I'm going to, speak to people and just throw myself in, and then that's probably what I do.
Yeah, you called it distracting yourself, but I kind of feel like you're dealing with it, because sometimes anxiety is not always something that there's not always a reason for it.
No.
And actually, sometimes you don't need to deal with the emotion itself. You're already doing it by going to the gym or going for a walk or just chucking on a film. I don't know. Like, do you know what I mean? In a way, that's actually a really good thing to do. I don't know what else to call it. I guess you are distracting yourself, but in a nice way. But
distracting yourself makes it sound negative, doesn't it? Because you hear about like, but you're just penting it up and you're not addressing it. But then it's like, what else are you meant to do? I'm not just going to sit in bed and sulk. Sometimes that's fine, but
yeah, if there's a reason, if that sign or something's making you anxious, then maybe it's a different story. But if you just woken up, I sometimes I said to you the other day that I was at the pub and I'd just had a shower, got myself ready to go out, and I was just feeling anxious for no reason, zero reason, and doing that sort of thing is really good for that. So that's not a bad thing.
Most of the time, I do find that there is a route. There is a route to it.
Yeah.
And I just have to kind of backtrack and think, what is the route? And sometimes it is as broad as, I just realised I don't have a job in January.
Oh, and it's overthinking.
What am I going to do? Do you know what I mean? And then I find that that's the root of it. Obviously, sometimes I find there's a root of the other people are a factor, and perhaps someone else isn't doing what I necessarily want from them, and then that makes you feel anxious, without trying to sound too.
No. Would you say it's
mysterious?
Thinking about the future is quite anxiety-inducing. Would you say?
Especially at this age.
It's so natural. Yeah.
No one knows.
Can I say something behind the camera again? I'll do this.
No, you're not. How dare you say yes? I'm joking.
To pick up what you were saying, you're not distracting yourself, although it is a distraction. I always love the phrase, they talk about this black dog coming. So it comes to visit when you're anxious or you're depressed and I've always said about putting a lead on I won't swear, I normally swear, I'll put the lead on it and take it out for a walk. So you it's like exercise. You're getting out and you're doing something.
I love that.
And it's not a distraction, you're just taking that negative energy and putting it into something positive, else. Like going out and being out.
I love that.
Yeah.
So
that's so nice.
It's just how you put it.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. I'm definitely keeping that in. That's all right, Kev, because that's a really nice little.
So wise.
Yeah, for you guys listening or watching, you won't see Kev. Kev is the man behind everything. He just comes up every now and then. That's brilliant. No, thank you, Kev. Thank you. And I think we'll get Kev on at some point. I think. Yeah. It's on here now, Kev. You can't get out of it. So yeah, as he runs off. So I'm not going to explain it again. We've got the Conn'Cast playlist, and Emily has a song which you already heard from me. Yeah. What is it, Emily?
It's called "It's Not Living If It's Not With You."
Brackets.
Brackets. Yeah, it's not living. Brackets. If it's not with you. Bracket.
There you go. Open and close brackets.
Absolute banger. And it's. Sorry.
No, please.
The tune is so happy. So happy. It's such an upbeat song, but the lyrics. It's about drugs, guys. This is why when I said that I want to get it tattooed. It's about heroin.
Collapse my veins.
It's not living if it's not with you. Yeah. I want to get a tattoo of it, and everyone I tell, they're like, you know that song's about drugs.
Yeah, it's
but a song is what.
I'm sorry.
You relate it to me, you know, but it is actually about hero.
What song isn't about love?
The song's actually the lyrics are actually devastating.
Yeah, most songs are about drugs, love. Whatever, it's about what I know. It's like sex, drugs, or what something isn't it? Money. I don't know. Yeah, but exactly like you say, it's a good song, and I actually really like it. So no, brilliant.
Is
that just? I'm guessing it's just that song that gets you going. You're like, yeah, there's a tap
I would say it gets me going, but it just hits
it's just bliss.
You know when you just hear a song and you're just like, oh, it just hits, and hearing it live, mate. I've got videos on my phone of me screeching to it, inaudible screeches, just
folding with yourself in the middle.
Quite literally. But yeah, it is a good song, and I listen to it whenever I'm feeling down. Late night drives in the car, I whack it on, and I just know that it will make me feel
exactly. It makes you almost feel like maybe that everything's going to be okay.
Yes, exactly that.
That is exactly it. That's the epitome. Brilliant. Okay, so we've got the song. I'm going to chuck something on you now. You can think about it if you want.
Good.
But just to conclude and stuff, is there any advice you'd give yourself from a while ago, or anything that you can give advice to them to kind of better deal with their mental health sort of thing? Inspo.
What I try and I'm not necessarily sure if it's advice, but what I try and tell myself is when I'm 80, 90, 100, however old years old. What did I just say there? However old I am, and I'm lying on my deathbed.
Mm-hmm.
Am I going to think, I wasted so many years worrying, stressing.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not going to do that because like because of this.
Yeah.
You know, and am I going to regret not doing it? And I try and think that about things like if I'm ever like, I'm not going to do that, or like, oh, I'm worrying like, am I going to regret that when I'm old and you know.
I have a very similar sort of outlook, and I can't sometimes say to myself like, I'm already on that deathbed, and this is my chance now to go back and make everything right.
That's a nice way of looking at it.
It's like I pretend that I've already gone through life, regretted everything, not done things out of pure fear, and now this is my chance to come back and do all of that again. So that is very similar to what you said, just like the other side. That's so good, Emily. Like, I love that. So yeah, inspo guys, feel inspired.
Feel inspired.
Feel inspired. This is what it's podcasting. Feel inspired. I think that's pretty much it, to be honest with you guys. Unless anything else you want to add before we finish up. But we've all been yapping. So
can we play the song to like?
You might know.
I'd be copyrighted. I'd love to, but
oh, you'll be copyrighted.
I've been changed.
Finn can just sing it again.
I've changed the intro song because I kept getting copyright striked on YouTube.
That's
like
crazy.
I know. I literally upload it, copyright. I'm like, damn.
Finn can just sing it for us then.
Yeah, for the record, I'm not making money anyway, but it's just nice not to get copyrighted. Like, do you know what I mean? This has been your host, Finn Tumber, as always. This is Cameron Ralph, and this is Emily. Not getting full name.
Not even full name.
No, thank you, Emily. Thank you so much for coming on.
That's
though.
okay.
Really
Thank you for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
And
I
appreciate you coming on. I would have asked you, I promise.
He wouldn't.
I actually wouldn't, but I actually did want her on at the same time.
We need to go for a spoons catch up.
We do. We will probably straight after. I'm kidding though. No, maybe not. But we'll see all you guys. You'll see us next Sunday at 7 p.m. Until next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.